My beloved child, have you ever felt deep within your soul a mysterious call, as though an unseen hand were urging you to leave the place where you are now and step into another, a place you have never set foot before? That is not an illusion, nor is it a fleeting disturbance. It is my whisper, a gentle yet sovereign invitation declaring, the time has come for you to move. The time has come for you to enter a new realm that I have already prepared for you. My beloved one, if your eyes are reading these words, it is not by chance. You are the one standing at the threshold of a great transition. You have waited, you have longed, and now you are about to see the promise fulfilled in your very life. Throughout the journey you have walked until now, you have endured days that seemed endless. You have tasted tears unseen by others, sighed prayers that only you could hear, and wrestled through nights of restless questions. When will the new thing come? When will true change finally happen? There were moments when you thought you had been forgotten in life's shadowed corners, when the promise seemed like nothing more than a distant ray of light you would never reach. But my child, I want you to know not a single moment of your life has been wasted. Every pain you have borne, every disappointment you have carried, every fall followed by your rising again, these have been the very bricks with which I have built this path. All has been woven into a tapestry you have not yet seen in full. And now I declare you stand at the very doorway. A new gate is opening before you, leading not only to a new dwelling in the outward sense, but to a transformation of your spirit, your destiny, and the calling I have ordained for you since the beginning. Beloved one, you have grown accustomed to stability, to patterns, to the safe zone you thought unshakable. You have built for yourself a house of familiarity. Perhaps it is a job, a relationship, or even habits repeated so often that you no longer realize they have imprisoned you. But I am the Lord of newness. I will not let you remain forever in what has grown old. If a tree roots itself only in a small pot, it will never grow into a mighty oak, and so it is with you. If you cling tightly to where you stand now, you will never reach the fullness of the potential I planted within you. Therefore I am stirring you, shaking what once seemed unmovable, so that you must step out. Not to terrify you, but to bring you into a new land where your soul will be free, where the dreams you buried will rise again, and where abundant life awaits you. I know what you are thinking. Inside of you there is a battle. On one side, the longing to step into something new. On the other, the fear of leaving behind what is familiar. You ask yourself, what if I step out and fail? What if I leave and find nothing better? But my child, remember this. I have never called anyone without first preparing the path for them. Abraham once heard my voice saying, leave your country, your father's house, and go to the land I will show you. He did not know where that land was. He had no map, no guarantees in his hand, only one thing, my promise. Yet it was his faith and obedience that opened a new era, making him the father of many nations. So do not be afraid. The change I am leading you into is not random. It has already been inscribed in the eternal plan. And what you need to do is simply hold my hand, walk step by step, and trust that the place I am taking you will far surpass what you have ever imagined. Perhaps you think you are not enough. You look back at your failures, your limits, your shortcomings, and you believe these make you unworthy of stepping into something greater. But I tell you today, it is precisely in your weakness that my power is made perfect. You do not need to be flawless to be chosen. I did not choose you because you are strong, but because you are willing. I did not choose you because you have everything, but because you know how to lean on me. And that is true strength. You are about to move into a new place, not by your own ability, but by my grace. You will see me open doors that no one can shut. You will find yourself in positions you never thought you deserved. And I will give you peace to walk forward without trembling. Now, my child, try to imagine what lies ahead, a new space where the old walls of doubt and fear no longer exist. A new environment where you are surrounded by encouragement, by relationships. I, myself, have arranged to uphold you. A new home not just made of bricks and stone, but a place where your soul finds rest, where you discover fresh renewal for your spirit and strength for your calling. I've already prepared this. It is not a fantasy. It is a reality that is slowly unfolding. But to step into it, you must first have the courage to step out of the old land. Do not look back, my child. Just as the people of Israel stood before the Red Sea, they saw Egypt pursuing them, and they trembled in fear. But I parted the sea, opening a path through the waves so they could cross on dry ground. And what I did for them I will also do for you. I will make a way where there is no way. I will raise up a path where there seems to be a dead end, and I will lead you into a new place, the place I promised from the very beginning. You do not need to worry about every detail. I am the one who provides. You only need to trust and take each step. For if you cling too tightly to the old, you will miss the new. If you keep holding on to the broken vessel, you will not be able to receive the new wine I am pouring out. I do not want you to miss it. I do not want you to stand outside while a new season is unfolding. Therefore, my child, rise up. Be courageous. Believe that this moment belongs to you. For I know the thoughts that I think toward you, says the Lord, thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you a future and a hope. Jeremiah 2:9-11. This is not only a promise for the people of Israel long ago, but also a promise for you today. You are not forgotten. You are not abandoned. You are being led into a new dwelling place, a place of peace, a place of hope, a place of blessing, and all of it is already prepared, waiting for you to enter. Have you ever wondered why I do not allow you to remain in one place in what is familiar and comfortable? It is because I know that if a seed is only laid upon the surface of the soil, it will never become a tree. It must be buried, pressed, broken open, and stretched upward in search of light. Your life is the same. If I were to let you settle forever in ease, you would never realize the fullness of the potential I placed within you. It is the shifting, the moving out of the old ground that allows the hidden strength in you to be revealed. That is why I am calling you into a new place. Not merely to change the scenery, but to transform you, to bring you into a new level of maturity, into a completely different season of life. Your greatest fear is not failure, but letting go. Letting go of the familiar ground, the patterns you have lived with, the environment that made you feel secure. But my child, ask yourself, does that safety truly make you fully alive, or is it only keeping you in a golden cage where everything seems fine, but your soul longs for freedom? I see the times you gaze out the window and dream of another horizon. I hear the whispers you make at night. I want more than this. I cannot stay stuck here forever. Do you not see that those very longings are signals I planted in your heart, pointing to a new journey that is about to begin? Remember this, my child. The new can never appear if it compromises with the old. You cannot step into the next doorway while still clinging to the frame behind you. You cannot carry every burden, every habit, every worn-out way of thinking, and still expect to soar in freedom. There are things you must release. There are chains you must leave behind. Perhaps they are relationships that no longer fit, habits that weigh down your spirit, or fears rooted deep within your mind. Whenever I call someone into a new place, I always give them the chance to cast off the old shackles. The question is whether they will dare to let go. Do you remember Lot's wife, when I called his family to leave the city that was under judgment? I warned them not to look back, yet she turned and she became a pillar of salt. That stands as a reminder that when I call you to move forward, you must do so with unwavering resolve, without regret for the past, without being haunted by what is behind. If you keep turning back, you will remain bound by it, and you will never behold the beauty of what lies ahead. Therefore, my child, I urge you, fix your heart upon what I am unfolding, not upon what you are leaving behind. I know this is not easy. Your heart clings to what is familiar. Your mind seeks certainty. But understand this: true certainty is not found in the circumstances around you, but in my hand. Wherever my presence dwells, there is home. Whether you find yourself in a wilderness or in a thriving city, if I am with you, you are secure. But if you insist on clinging to an old place where I no longer desire you to remain, that sense of security is only an illusion. Let your faith rest not upon walls or rooftops, but upon the one who goes before you, opening the way. In this movement, I am not merely taking you to a new location. I am renewing your very soul. I desire to transform the way you see things. I long to expand your vision so that you may look farther, higher, and deeper. If you continue to view your life through narrow eyes, you will think change is nothing more than moving from one house to another. But in truth, it is a revolution within. It is the moment you are freed from limiting thoughts. It is the season you learn to trust me in all things. And it is also the opportunity for you to encounter wonders you have never known before. My child, picture this: every time you move to a new dwelling, you must pack. You must choose what to bring along and what to leave behind. So it is in the spiritual journey. This is the time to examine the baggage of your life. You may carry with you faith, perseverance, love, and gratitude. But you must leave behind bitterness, resentment, and unhealed wounds of unforgiveness. If you cling to such things, there will be no room for the new. I want you to travel light so that you may fully receive all that I am about to bestow. Do not be surprised if I begin to remove from you things you once thought essential. It may be a relationship, a job, or even an old dream. Do not think I strip away to leave you lacking. I am only clearing space so that something better may enter. Remember, a seed cannot grow unless it departs from its hard shell. So it is with your life. For growth to come, you must be willing to let me break apart what is old. My child, do not regard these changes as losses, but see them as preparation. I have not abandoned you. I am arranging, I am shaping, I am making a way. A new dwelling place awaits you, and it is not only more beautiful on the outside, but also far more spacious for your soul. There you will find yourself restored, lifted up, and your boundaries expanded. I have promised, behold, I make all things new, and that promise is coming to life upon your journey. Therefore, my child, rise up, put your belongings in order, and be ready. You are not walking alone. My hand is holding yours. My eyes watch every step you take, and my heart walks with you. Every change may cause you to tremble, but I promise to turn it into a stepping stone for your elevation. You are about to see a new chapter unfold, and it will be the most beautiful chapter of your life's journey. My child, there is a truth I want you to engrave upon your heart. You were not born to remain in one place forever. Your spiritual life is not a still pond, but a river that never ceases to flow. That river winds, it rushes, it quiets, but it never stops. If you cling to the old shore, you will lose the richness of the journey I have prepared. You were created to move, to grow, to be carried from glory to glory. Therefore, your readiness to step into a new dwelling place is not an accident, but a necessary part of my plan. And now you are standing in the sacred moment of transition. Look back at what has happened in your life. Each closed door was not punishment, but a reminder that another door is waiting to be opened. Passing encounters, relationships that have ended, jobs that seemed blocked. All of these are signs I have used to tell you. Be ready. It is time to move forward. There were things you once begged me to let you keep, but I refused because I saw clearly that if they remained, you would never reach the future I have prepared. Do not grieve over doors that have closed. Do not regret the pages that have been folded away. For my child, without endings, there can never be new beginnings. Remember my people in the wilderness. They complained because they missed the pots of meat and the onions of Egypt, even though there they were only slaves. Yet I had appointed for them a land flowing with milk and honey. To reach it, they had to be willing to leave the old land behind, no matter how hard the desert path might be. Do you see? No journey that leads to glory is without hardship. No change that brings blessing is without surrender. And yet I walked with them by a pillar of cloud by day and a pillar of fire by night, and I will also walk with you. The road may be long, the climb may be steep, but my presence will shelter you, uphold you, and illuminate your every step. You are in a season, much like a seed, hidden beneath the soil. You cannot see the light, you do not hear the applause of anyone, and you may even wonder if you are dying. Yet in truth, this is the very moment when life within you is awakening, preparing to break through the shell and rise upward. Do not mistake silence for abandonment. Do not assume that dry days are proof that I have withdrawn. No, My child, it is in those very days that I am laying the foundation. When the rains come and the sunlight breaks forth, you will rise stronger than ever before. And that is why I tell you, you are about to move into a new dwelling. It is not merely relocation, but the blossoming fruit after a season of quiet preparation. My child, I want you to believe that the place I am taking you to is not only good, but it is the right place. It is right for the time, right for the purpose, and right for the potential within you. If you step out too soon, you will grow weary. If you remain too long, you will wither. But I am the one who knows the appointed time, and now is that time. This is not haste. It is the perfection of my plan. Just as the potter knows when to place the vessel in the fire, just as the farmer knows the right moment to harvest, so I know the precise moment you must move. And I am telling you that moment has come. You may fear the challenges ahead, but remember, I am not calling you to this new place to break your spirit. On the contrary, it will become a launching ground where you will find yourself lifted, equipped, and expanded. What you have learned in the former season will not be wasted. It will become precious baggage, helping you to stand firm in the new land. Your wounds will become evidence of healing. Your failures will become lessons that undergird success. And every tear you have shed will turn into seeds sown for a greater harvest. So, my child, do not view this journey with trembling eyes. Look upon it with eyes of hope. Do not let the question why imprison you, but let the assurance I know God is at work carry you forward. I do not need you to understand everything. I only need you to believe. For when you believe, you will find the strength to walk on even when the road ahead remains unclear. And it is that very faith that will open doors of wonder the mind could never imagine. Let your heart be ready. Let your baggage be light. Prepare your spirit like a traveler who knows the greatest journey is about to begin. And rejoice, for what I am leading you into will far surpass all you have ever hoped for. No eye has seen, no ear has heard, no mind has conceived what God has prepared for those who love Him. 1 Corinthians 2:9. That is the very portion you are about to step into. My beloved child, when I call you to leave your old dwelling and step into a new one, I am not merely changing your surroundings. I am reshaping your very soul. A new home may look like a simple relocation in the eyes of men, but in my eyes it is the sign of a profound spiritual shift. For the place where you dwell also reflects the season you are living in. There are places meant only for sowing, places prepared for reaping, and places I allow you to stay temporarily for training. But now I tell you this, you are about to be moved into a broader, firmer, and more fitting space for the mission I have placed within you. Do not think that this change arises only from natural needs, for behind it is my hand at work. Perhaps you have felt suffocated in the old place. Perhaps what once stirred your excitement has now become a burden. Perhaps the joy you once knew has faded into weariness. You ask yourself, why is everything no longer as it used to be? My child, that is the very sign that I am awakening you from the slumber of your comfort zone. I will not allow you to remain content in an environment whose time has expired. When you feel restless in the old place, it is not punishment. It is the ringing of a bell calling you to pack your things and prepare to journey onward. There is one thing I want you to understand. No one can step into a new dwelling while carrying old baggage. A new house cannot be filled with broken furniture. In the same way, a new season cannot hold the thoughts, habits, and burdens that hindered you in the last. This is the moment to examine your life. You must ask yourself, what am I still carrying that I do not need? What am I holding on to that has already expired? Perhaps it is a relationship that no longer brings life. Perhaps it is a haunting shadow from the past. Or perhaps it is the limits you have placed upon yourself. All of these must be released so that you may step into the new place with a lighter heart and a mind wide open. My child, see this process as my training of a warrior before battle. A warrior cannot bring everything along, but must carefully choose what is most essential: armor, sword, shield, and courage. In the same way, you cannot enter a new season with the old mindset. You must prepare your spirit to trust me more, train your patience to endure trials, and keep your heart pure so as not to be swept away by the temptations of the new land. You will see that the challenges in this place may be different, but the blessings there are greater still. And in order to be ready to receive them, you must learn to equip yourself starting now. You may ask, then how should I prepare my child? Begin from within. Your spirit must be strengthened. Your faith must take deeper roots. Your obedience must be more complete. You cannot rely on your own wisdom, but must learn to listen to my voice of instruction. You must also guard your heart in humility, for the new place will bring opportunities and influence. Yet, if pride takes hold, all of it will become meaningless. And above all, your love must be renewed, for love is the lamp that lights every step. Without love, every achievement in the new place will be nothing but an empty shell. My beloved, I know that what I am asking is not easy. But consider this: an athlete before competing must endure months of grueling training, sweat and tears. They do not train for immediate joy, but for the victory ahead. In the same way, the preparation you are going through now is the foundation for your elevation in the new season. Do not despise it, and do not grow weary in the process. For in this very moment, every drop of spiritual sweat, every prayer, every moment of perseverance is gathering strength for you to stand firm when you step into your new dwelling. You will not walk alone. I will go before you, arranging the path, clearing the obstacles, and preparing companions to journey with you. The new place is not a harbor of loneliness, but a space of connection where you will find faithful fellow travelers. I have prepared them long ago, and at the appointed time I will bring them to you to uphold you. Therefore, do not fear being left behind. Do not worry that you must carry it all alone. I have taken care of everything. My child, see this transition as a rebirth. Like a butterfly leaving its cocoon, it is no longer a slow caterpillar crawling on the ground, but a radiant creature soaring in freedom. If it were afraid and refused to tear away the cocoon, it would remain imprisoned forever. But once it accepts the pain, the struggle, the breaking, only then does it truly live as it was created to be. So it is with you. You were not born to remain in the old cocoon. You were destined to spread your wings, to step into the vast sky I have prepared for you. And to do this, you must be ready to break through limitations, to let go of old securities, and to courageously take flight. Therefore, my child, embrace this process with trust. Do not be afraid when I change your surroundings. Do not tremble when I place you in a new place. Know that everything is within my wise and loving plan. And when you prepare your heart with readiness, you will step into the new dwelling, not with confusion, but with confidence, that I, the one who has called you, will also complete my work within you. My child, when I call you to a new dwelling, I do not cast you into the sea to be swept away by the waves. On the contrary, I am the one who goes ahead of you, clearing the path and opening the way for you to pass through. Just as a father holds the hand of his little child crossing a busy street, I will hold your hand tightly in the midst of life's chaos. What you need to do is not to try to control every detail, but to trust the hand that is holding you. I know every path ahead. I see what your eyes have not yet seen, and I have prepared the new place so that it will not merely be a shelter, but an environment that nurtures your destiny. You may wonder, will the new place be safe? Will I be left alone and lost? My child, hear this. Your safety does not depend on walls or roofs, but on my presence. Where I am, that place becomes safe, even if storms rage around you. Where I am, even a small room turns into a place of glory, and where I am, every scheme against you will not prevail. What I want you to believe is this: the destination that matters is not a point on the map, but the daily walk of following my guidance. Wherever I am with you, there is your home. A miracle takes place when you courageously follow my leading. You will begin to notice doors opening at the right moment, people appearing at just the right time, and opportunities that may seem random but have long been arranged by me. I am the one who can turn a brief encounter into a turning point. I can transform a detour that seemed wrong into the shortest road to the goal. And I can take what the enemy meant for harm and turn it into a launching pad for blessing. When you place your complete trust in me, you will see that every step is within my hand and every event is part of a grand design. But my child, I will not hide from you that this journey will bring challenges. You will face days that seem aimless mornings when the light ahead is dim, and nights where you must wrestle with doubt. Yet it is precisely in those moments that you will have the chance to experience my faithfulness more deeply. Just as the people of Israel in the wilderness had to rely on me each day for manna from heaven, for water from the rock, and for protection in the harsh desert, they had no storehouses, only me. And through that they learned that I am their sole provider. You too will learn this lesson. In the new place, you will no longer cling to your old supports, but will learn instead to depend entirely on me. It will be a difficult process, but it is also the very key to your growth in faith. Do not be afraid when I place you in situations where you must rely completely on me. Do not worry when the familiar assurances fall away, for in that supposed lack, you will discover the fullness of my provision. You will come to realize that you have never truly lacked because I have always been your sustainer. You will see the promise of Psalm 23 come alive. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. Those words will no longer remain as text on a page, but will become your daily reality. My beloved child, this new dwelling will not only change your circumstances, but also transform how you see yourself. You will no longer see yourself as a mere survivor, but as a victor. You will no longer see yourself as one forced to leave, but as one chosen to rise to a higher place. I want you to know that this change does not diminish your worth, but rather reveals your true potential. Just as Joseph was led to places he never wished, for the pit, Potiphar's house, the prison, yet each of those places was a step toward the throne in the palace. Do you see? No place is meaningless, no path is wasted, so long as I am the one leading you. Therefore, my child, walk forward with courage. Let faith replace fear. Let hope overcome doubt. And let my love be the compass that guides you. You do not need to know exactly how everything will unfold, only that I have already gone ahead of you, prepared a table for you, and reserved a place for you. You will not need to strive to compete or to worry. There you will feel peace flowing into your soul like a refreshing stream, and you will recognize, yes, this is where I belong. My child, I know there is still a hidden question in your heart. If I step out, will I have enough strength to finish the journey? That fear is natural for you, only see your own limits. But my child, look back at everything I have done in your life. Was it not I who lifted you up on the days when you collapsed? Was it not I who made a way when you thought there was no way left? And was it not I who gave you new breath to survive through the seasons that felt like the very end? If I was faithful in the past, would I now abandon you as you prepare to enter into something greater? Take heart, for your strength does not rest in your own hands, but in me, the one who has called you. You must understand that this move is not only for your own benefit, but also for the sake of others. The new place I am leading you to is not merely a place of safety, it is an environment where your light will shine outward. There are people waiting to hear your testimony. People who need encouragement through your journey, and others who are waiting for you to become the vessel through which my grace will be revealed. If you remain in the same place, you will never meet them. But when you step forward in obedience, you will begin to see that every encounter carries divine purpose. Each face you meet, each word you speak, will have the power to touch hearts, not because of your ability, but because I have placed you in the right place at the right time. This new dwelling will also be the place where I expand your borders. Perhaps in the past you were only familiar with a small circle, accustomed to a safe and steady rhythm of life. But I have ordained that your influence must reach further. Do not think that influence is reserved only for those with high positions or great titles. True influence flows from a heart that listens and loves. As you step into the new place, it will be your love, your faithfulness, and your humility that speak louder than any sermon. Others will see the peace within you in the midst of trials, and they will know that such peace does not come from you, but from me. Remember, my child, I am not merely relocating your dwelling place. I am enlarging your spiritual territory and expanding your vision. However, I must also warn you of this. Your new dwelling will bring new challenges. As your light shines more brightly, the darkness will also seek to resist. Yet do not be afraid, for I have already equipped you with the necessary weapons. You have faith to extinguish the arrows of doubt. You have my promises to illuminate the darkest night. You have my spirit as your comforter and counselor. And above all, you have me, the one who never abandons you, who never slumbers and who never retreats. Every snare the enemy sets will only serve as proof that you are walking the right path, and with every trial you overcome, you will grow stronger, more mature, and draw closer to me. My child, believe that this transition is part of the promise I gave from the beginning. As I spoke through the prophet Isaiah, see, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? I am making a way in the wilderness and streams in the wasteland. Isaiah 4:3-19. This is not merely a word for Israel long ago, but my living word whispered into your heart today. That new thing is already sprouting forth, and you are the one called to walk in it. The wilderness of your life will become a place of living waters. The barren ground you once endured will blossom in this new season. You do not need to picture every detail of what is to come. You only need to know that I have already arranged it. Your new home, both literal and spiritual, has been prepared. I have set in place the provision, I have prepared the people, and I have marked out the path. When the appointed time arrives, everything will fit together like pieces of a completed mosaic. You will marvel as each part falls perfectly into place, right time, right place, right people. That will be the undeniable sign that this is not your work but mine. Therefore, my child, step forward without hesitation. Do not let the past chain your feet. Do not let fear keep you behind a door I have already closed. You are about to enter a new chapter, one more glorious than the last. You will see dreams once dormant awakened. You will see prayers long unanswered fulfilled. And you will see yourself transformed from one who longs into one who receives, from one who waits into one who walks in fulfillment. My beloved child, the moment you set your very first step into your new dwelling is the moment when heaven and earth meet in your life. It is not merely an outward event, but a spiritual milestone where I affirm that you are ready to step into what I have promised. You may feel your heart racing, both excited and anxious, for the unknown always comes with a sense of unease. Yet, my child, let me tell you this in that trembling moment. My angels are standing around you, my presence is covering you, and my blessings are beginning to pour forth. You do not walk alone. You are moving within the flow of my plan, a plan that no force can hinder. You may think that true change only begins once everything is settled, once you have arranged things in order, once you feel secure in your new place. But no, the true change begins at the very moment you decide to lift your foot from the old ground. In that first step, I see your faith. In that moment when you choose trust over fear, I see you taking hold of my promise. And that decision becomes the beginning of an entirely new chapter. My child, I declare to you that no step of faith is ever meaningless. Each time you bravely move forward, heaven opens to walk with you. Remember Joshua and my people when they stood before the Jordan River. The waters were still rushing, showing no sign of parting. Yet I had commanded, when the priests set their feet into the water, the river will stop. And what happened? The moment they stepped in the waters, halted dry ground appeared, and the entire nation crossed over. Do you see, the miracle did not occur before they stepped, but as they stepped, so it is with you, my child. You will not see the full picture before you move, but when you boldly take that first step, I will act. The waters will stop, the way will open, and you will know that it is I who have done this. My child, you may not realize it, but what you are experiencing is also the breaking of invisible chains that have bound you for so long. Every step away from the old place is another step out of fear, another surrender of limitation, another declaration that you no longer belong to the shadows of delay. I see the courage in your heart, a courage not born of nature but of your choice to trust in me more than in your circumstances. And I promise you that courage will multiply. The more you walk, the stronger you will become. The further you go, the clearer you will see that I have already prepared everything. You may go through the first days in a new place with a sense of being lost. You look around and find nothing familiar. You search for the old feeling of safety, but cannot find it. Yet, my child, do not be discouraged. For in that very strangeness I, Myself will become your familiarity. You will learn to lean on me rather than on the things around you. You will see that my love does not change no matter where you are. And day by day, hour by hour, you will begin to notice the imprint of my hand etched into every detail, a timely encounter, an unexpected word of encouragement, an open door just when you need it. All of these are evidence that you are exactly where I want you to be. My child, I know that what lies ahead still looks uncertain to you, but let me remind you, what is unknown to you has long been known to me. The path may twist and turn, but the destination has already been set. You only need to be faithful in each small step, and when you look back, you will see how far I have taken you. Like a mountain climber who sees only the stone steps right before them, but upon reaching the summit beholds the grand view in its entirety. So it is with you. Each step of trust will lead you to the height where I intend to place you. And when you arrive, you will realize that every effort, every tear, every moment of overcoming fear was entirely worth it. Therefore, my child, do not hesitate to move forward. Do not delay because you think you are not enough. Do not hold back for fear of failure. You do not need to be enough, for I am enough for you. You cannot fail, for my plan for you has already been established. What you need to do is simply obey. One small act of obedience can open a great door, and one open door can lead to a whole season of blessing. Step forward today. Do not wait until tomorrow. For the longer you delay, the more you let fear tighten its grip. But when you act, freedom will burst forth, and you will see yourself set free. My beloved child, as you step across the threshold of your new dwelling, I want you to understand something important. You are not merely changing addresses, you are shifting the spiritual atmosphere around your life. A new room may look ordinary to human eyes, but in my eyes it is a land I have set apart for you to be lifted up. It is there that the promises sown into your heart will begin to sprout more clearly. It is there that the dreams you thought had fallen asleep will be awakened. And it is there that you will encounter my power in a way you have never experienced before. Think of Joseph when he was sold into Potiphar's house. To men, it was merely a foreign household under the authority of a pagan master. But to me, it was the place where I began to pour out my favor upon Joseph so that he might be raised up and trained in the art of stewardship. In the same way, your new dwelling is not simply a shelter, but a spiritual school where you are being trained, your skills expanded, and your heart prepared for greater steps ahead. You will see how I instruct you through every detail in the way you arrange your new life, in the way you build new relationships, in the way you manage time and resources. All these are essential lessons for your destiny. My child, I also want you to know that your new dwelling carries with it a new calling. Every space I place you in is connected to a mission. Perhaps your previous home was the place where you learned patience, faithfulness, and perseverance. But the place you have come to now will be where you learn to expand your influence, to live as light in the midst of community, and to sow love into fresh soil. Do not underestimate your role in this environment. There will be some who only hear of me through your life. There will be others who find hope simply because they see the light you carry. Therefore, view your new home as a small mission station where every word, every act, every smile can become a seed planted in the hearts of others. You may ask, but how do I know I am capable of having influence? My child, you do not need to strain yourself to prove anything. Light does not struggle to shine, it only needs to be present. In the same way, when you live sincerely in my love, when you walk in peace and faithfulness, that light will naturally shine forth. Others will be drawn not because of you, but because of me and you. And this is how you will impact your new dwelling, not by your own strength, but by my presence within you. My child, this new place is also where you will learn to hear my voice more clearly. As you leave behind the familiar noise, you will find your heart making room for silence. And it is within that silence that you will hear my detailed instructions, my whispers that once passed unnoticed. Do not fear the stillness. It is not emptiness, but the very environment I use to speak. You will see me opening your eyes, showing you deeper truths in the Word, and revealing to you fresh strategies for the future. All you need is to keep your soul in readiness, guarding against distractions, and wholeheartedly seeking me each day. My beloved child, a new place does not only bring opportunities, it will also place you in different kinds of challenges. But remember, these challenges do not come to destroy you, but to refine you. Just as gold must go through fire before it shines, so too must you face pressure in order to reveal your true beauty. Do not be alarmed when you encounter situations you have never experienced before. These are not injustices, but training. Every challenge has been measured by me, never beyond your strength, but enough to make you stronger. And when you overcome them, you will look back with gratitude, realizing how much you have grown. I also want you to see that this new place is a reminder that your life is not accidental. If every small detail, the house, the street, the neighbors, the surrounding environment has been arranged by me, then how could the greater parts of your life be left to chance? No, my child, everything is in my hands. Be assured that every step you take has meaning. When you believe this, you will live with gratitude, without complaints or murmuring, but with joy in every detail. For you will know that all things are being woven together into a glorious tapestry. Therefore, my child, as you enter this new dwelling, step in with an open heart. Do not only seek comfort, seek purpose. Do not only desire safety, desire transformation. Do not only see walls and a roof, see my hand stretching out space for you. This new place is the evidence that you are in the process of my guidance, and there is no turning back. Rejoice, for with each passing day you will see my blessings revealed more clearly. And now, my beloved, as you have set foot in this new home, I want you to know that every step you take is not merely an outward change, but a new covenant between you and me. Everything you see, the walls, the roof, the road ahead, carries a deeper meaning. They are signs reminding you that I am faithful, that I will never abandon you midway, and that I have brought you to the right place at the right time. You have endured countless long nights, borne trials that seemed impossible to overcome, and now it is my faithfulness that has carried you to this very moment. Remember, you are not here merely to enjoy life. You are here to shine. This new dwelling place is the land I have entrusted to you, and you carry the responsibility of sowing seeds of faith, love, and hope here. You will see me opening new relationships for you, not by chance, but so that you may become a source of encouragement to those in need. There will be neighbors, companions, even people you never thought you would meet, all brought to you by my hand. You do not need to strive to create opportunities. You need only to live in obedience, and opportunities will come to you. Every conversation, every small act carries the power to touch hearts, and through you others will come to know my love. You may feel small and insignificant in this new land, but my child, remember this: I never choose the wrong person. I have placed you here because you are the right vessel for this work. Just as when I chose David, a shepherd boy, to become king, not because of outward appearance, but because of the heart, so too have I chosen you. Not because you are perfect, but because you have a heart that trusts. Do not measure yourself by what human eyes can see. Look instead to what I have spoken. You are set apart, anointed, and entrusted with a mission. And this new dwelling place is the field where you will begin to reap the harvest. My child, I know there will be times when you feel lost, even unsettled, as everything is still unfamiliar. Yet it is precisely in this unfamiliarity that you will learn to lean on me more deeply. You will see my guidance more clearly, because you will no longer depend on old habits. You will see me reveal new visions, for this new space is a blank canvas on which I will paint a glorious picture. Do not fear the newness. It is not a threat, it is a gift. Each day you will uncover a deeper layer of meaning, and you will know that I had prepared this long before you recognized the need. What I want you to remember is this: the new dwelling is not only for the present, but also for the future. It is a foundation for the generations to come. You are building not only for yourself, but for those who will follow after you. The decisions you make today, the seeds you sow today, will blossom in the lives of your descendants. I promised Abraham, I will make you the father of many nations. That promise was not for him alone, but for his lineage. In the same way, the blessing I bestow upon you in this new dwelling will extend beyond your own lifetime, flowing through your family, your community, and even to those you have never thought of. Therefore, my child, stand firm. Do not see this new place as a temporary stop, but as a sacred milestone. It is the proof that you have listened to, my voice that you have obeyed, and that I have fulfilled my word. It is also the springboard for you to rise higher, go farther, and become stronger in the journey ahead. What you see now is only the beginning. Many more doors will open, many more turning points await, and all of them will lead you to the complete fulfillment of the destiny I have prepared for you. I want you to understand that the beginning is but a doorway. Inside there will be lessons, trials, and opportunities for growth. Do not think that simply arriving here will make everything easy. No, my child, the new dwelling is not a reward for you to sit back and rest, but a training ground where you will continue to be refined. Each passing day here will bring you fresh experiences at times, sweet at times, difficult, but all are part of the plan to make you steadfast and mature. Picture a young tree planted in a new garden. At first, it must adapt to the soil, the climate, and the unfamiliar environment. Its roots are still weak, easily swayed when the wind blows. Some days its leaves may wither, as though it cannot endure. Yet if that tree perseveres, digs its roots deeper, draws nourishment, and refuses to give up in time, it will grow strong, sprout new shoots, blossom, and bear fruit. So it is with you, my child. This new dwelling is the land I have chosen for you to take root more deeply. At first you may feel unsteady, but remember that very unsteadiness is the beginning of steadfastness. My child, I know your heart may be tested by differences. There will be old habits that no longer fit. There will be things you once relied on that will no longer exist. You will have to learn again from the beginning how to live, how to work, even how to build relationships. But do not be afraid, for these very things are the instruments I use to refine you. Like a potter molding clay, I will use pressure to shape you. Yet this pressure is not meant to break you, but to form you. And when the work is complete, you will see that every pain, every trial, carries a value that cannot be replaced. Look at the life of Joshua when he succeeded Moses in leading the people into the promised land. The task was immense, the responsibility overwhelming, and the dangers ahead were real. Yet I spoke to him, "Be strong and courageous. Do not be terrified. Do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go." Joshua 1:9. Do you see? That word was not a promise of an easy road, but an assurance that my presence alone was enough to sustain him. In the same way, your new dwelling place will hold its share of challenges, but each challenge will serve as proof that I am still with you. My beloved child, as you begin to build a life in your new place, set your heart on patience. Do not demand perfection all at once. Each brick, each detail, each step needs its own time to settle. Trust that I am arranging everything. Do not compare it to the past, do not cling to what was once familiar, and do not be anxious over the uncertainties of the future. Live each day with the faith that I, the one who has called you, am also bringing all things to completion. Just as a builder knows where every stone belongs, I also know what you need in this very season. My child, I want you to remember that the trials you face at the beginning are not rejection, but training. When difficulties come, do not quickly assume you have gone the wrong way. Instead, see them as signs that you are moving in the right direction, for the enemy always opposes those who draw nearer to fulfillment. Do not be afraid, for I myself will turn obstacles into bridges and stumbling blocks into steps that lift you higher. Therefore, my child, in these first days in your new place, remain faithful. Pray, seek me, and listen for my voice in the smallest of details. You will find my presence not only in great miracles, but also in the ordinary, a word of encouragement, a helping hand, a flicker of hope. These are the ways I affirm to you that you are walking on the right path. My beloved child, I want you to understand that the challenges in this new place are not barriers meant to stop you, but lessons designed to prepare you for greater doors ahead. Every difficulty you face now, or will face later, carries purpose. Do not regard them as burdens. Instead, see them as whetstones sharpening the sword in a warrior's hand. You cannot expect a sharp blade that has never passed through fire and hammer. In the same way, you cannot hope to grow strong without collisions and trials. I did not bring you here so that you would be broken, but so that you might be forged into resilience, courage, and maturity. You will discover that the new place is not like the old one. The familiar habits may no longer fit. The methods that once proved effective may cease to work. But do not be discouraged, for this is the moment I am expanding your capacity. It is within these changes that you learn creativity, flexibility, and sensitivity to my voice. Do not fear when you can no longer rely on old formulas. Trust that I am teaching you to walk not by sight but by faith. When every familiar support crumbles, that is not the end. It is the beginning of learning to depend entirely on me. My child, look at trials from a different perspective. If I allow you to face hardship, it is proof that I know you have the strength to overcome. I never place a burden too heavy upon your shoulders. Even in the moments when you feel you cannot go on, that is when I am imparting greater strength. My grace is sufficient for you, and my power is made perfect in your weakness. Therefore, when you find yourself trembling, remember that I am right beside you, giving you new strength, fresh courage, and renewed vision to carry on. Remember also how my people once journeyed through the wilderness. They lacked no challenges, hunger, thirst, enemies that attacked. Yet it was in the wilderness that they saw me provide manna from heaven, water from the rock, and victory over foes far stronger than themselves. Do you see, without the wilderness, they would not have known me as the provider, the protector, the one who fights on their behalf. In the same way, if you did not endure the early hardships in this new place, you would never witness my power revealed so clearly. Adversity itself becomes the backdrop upon which my grace shines the brightest. My beloved child, I want you to change the way you look at this new place. Do not see it as a foreign land that leaves you feeling lost, but rather as a promised land awaiting your discovery. Do not let fear cause you to retreat. Instead, see it as an invitation to step into a great journey. I did not bring you here merely to exist, but to live fully. Every challenge will become proof that you are moving in the right direction. Every obstacle will serve as a reminder that you need to lean on me more, and every tear will become a seed for a great harvest yet to come. My child, when you face trials, do not isolate yourself. Seek me, and I will grant you the wisdom to overcome them. Pray, and I will give you peace that surpasses all understanding. Read my word, and it will become a lamp to your feet, a light on your path. You do not need to have all the answers, for I am your answer. You do not need to know every step ahead, for I have already gone before you. And you do not need to be strong at all times, for I am your strength. My child, I know you long for quick stability, but learn to be patient in the process. Do not rush to force everything according to your own timing. I am using time to build a strong foundation. If you desire a sturdy house, you must take time to lay the foundation deep. If you desire a great tree, you must let its roots grow firm. In the same way, I am allowing you to go through this process so that your faith may take deeper root, so that when storms come, you will not be shaken. Trust that each day, even if you cannot yet see visible results, I am quietly at work within. My child, it is in these days of testing that your heart will be refined, so you may become a shining example to others. People are not moved by how you live when everything is easy, but by how you stand firm when everything is difficult. They will see the peace within you, and they will ask, "What keeps you from falling?" In that moment, your very life will be a testimony of my presence. This is why I let you endure these early trials, not so that you live only for yourself, but so that you become a light to those around you. So then, my child, when challenges strike in this new place, do not be afraid. Remember that I am with you in every step. Each trial is a lesson, each hardship is an opportunity, and each step of perseverance is a sign that you are maturing in me. Do not fear, do not falter, do not turn back. You are right where I want you to be, and I will use this very circumstance to glorify my name through your life. My beloved child, I want you to know that every challenge you encounter in your new dwelling is not meant to discourage you, but to help you grow deeper roots. A tree only becomes truly strong when its roots push through soil and stone to find hidden underground waters. In the same way, you will not mature solely because of warm, sunny days, but also because of stormy ones. Do not fear the storms, for they do not come to uproot you, but to drive your roots deeper into me. And when those roots are firmly grounded, no storm will be able to shake you. This new dwelling, my child, is the training ground where you are being shaped into a stronger version of yourself. At first you may feel lost, but that is only a passing transition. Once you allow me to guide you, you will gradually see that everything is being arranged in harmony. Every new relationship, every opportunity that appears, every hardship you overcome, all of these will become the very bricks that build a solid foundation. And before long you will look back and realize that the place which once caused you anxiety has now become a place you can confidently call home. My child, see this new dwelling as a launching pad. This is not your final destination, but the stepping stone that will propel you further into the destiny I have prepared for you. Here you will learn new skills, cultivate new virtues, and establish connections that will open the way for the next season of your life. Just as Joseph in prison learned how to interpret dreams, and that very skill later brought him to the throne, so too the lessons you gain in this new place will become keys that unlock doors for you in the future. Not a single detail is wasted, not a single day is meaningless, for I am using all of it to prepare you. My dear child, I know you still wonder, do I truly belong here? I want you to hear clearly. You are here not by chance nor by human arrangement, but by my hand. You may not yet see the full picture, but trust that I have chosen this place for you. Wherever I place you, that place becomes your promised land. You are not here merely to dwell temporarily, but to build, to take root, and to bear fruit. Every step you take here carries weight, and you will see that gradually this place becomes part of the glorious story I am writing with your life. My child, never forget that in every trial I am always with you. You may feel alone, but the truth is you have never walked by yourself. When you cry, I count every tear. When you are weary, I lift you up in my mighty arms. When you fall, I reach out my hand to raise you again. And when you triumph, I rejoice with you. You do not need to be strong at all times, for it is in your weakness that my strength is revealed. Let your heart find rest in this love, for my love is the unshakable foundation that never changes. Beloved child, your new dwelling will teach you a precious lesson. The true value of home does not lie in walls or rooftops, but in my presence. You may live in a humble room, yet if I am with you, that room becomes a place of glory. You may not have all the comforts you once longed for, but if I abide there, you will know a deep and abiding peace. Conversely, even in a place of luxury without me, you will only find emptiness. Therefore, my child, do not measure your new home by worldly standards. Measure it by my presence. For wherever I dwell, that is where home truly island. My beloved, now that the first days in this new place are slowly becoming familiar, I want you to open your eyes and see. Beyond you are not merely living in another house, but standing upon ground I have set apart for you to expand your influence. If the early challenges were meant to refine and strengthen your roots, then now is the time for the first buds of blessing to begin to break through. Do you see them? Doors that were once tightly shut are now beginning to open. People you never thought you would meet are stepping into your life. And opportunities that may appear accidental are in truth the very marks I inscribed in my plan long ago. My child, remember the days when you were in your former place. Time and again you sighed that you felt confined, that your vision could not reach further, that the space seemed like a narrow cage that would not let you spread your wings. I heard those cries, and now I have answered by leading you into this new place. So do not look upon it with eyes of hesitation. Look with eyes of faith, and see that I have prepared a vast field for you. That field has not yet been harvested, but the seeds are already there. And you, my child, will be the one to sow, to nurture, and to reap the fruits. My beloved child, this is not merely a change of residence, it is a change of season. In the old place you were accustomed only to survival, but in this new place you will learn how to bear fruit. In the old place you learned endurance, but here you will discover abundance. I have not brought you here to continue living within limits, but to experience fullness. As I have spoken, I have come that they may have life, and have it to the full John 10:10. This place is the very environment where that promise will become a reality in your life. My child, do not be surprised if you begin to notice the deep desires of your heart being stirred again. Perhaps in the old place you had stored your dreams away in a drawer, thinking they were too distant, too impossible. But here in this new place, I will breathe fresh life into them. I will show you that those dreams are not illusions but prophecies I planted in your soul long ago. And now in this new environment they will have the opportunity to awaken and come alive to be fulfilled. My child, this new dwelling is also where I will broaden your relationships. You will no longer revolve around a small confined circle, but you will be connected with people I have appointed to support, to complement, and to walk alongside you. Do not close off your heart. Do not be afraid to open yourself to new bonds, for through them I will expand your vision and your understanding, and through you they will be touched by my love and my light. Every encounter is not by chance but part of my divine design. My child, I also want you to know that this expansion is not only external but also within your very soul. You will begin to see yourself growing braver, more trusting, and more steadfast. What once caused you fear will now seem like only a small challenge. What once made you stumble will now become a stepping stone for your advancement. The new place is not only transforming your surroundings, but transforming you as well. You will realize that you are no longer the person of yesterday, but have become someone new, one who carries unshakable faith, courageous resilience, and deeper love. My child, rejoice, for this is only the beginning. The blessings you see today are but a drop of water signaling the river that is about to overflow. Prepare your heart to receive more. Do not confine me within the boundaries of your own thoughts. Do not think that the little things are all there. Island, I am the God of abundance, and I desire to fill your cup until it overflows. But to receive you must widen your faith, stretch out your hands, and be ready to step into this new flow of grace. Therefore, my child, begin to live in this new place, not as a temporary guest, but as an heir. This is not merely a shelter, but the land I have given you. You are not here just to dwell, but to possess it by faith. Every step you set upon the ground is a declaration. This is the land the Lord has given me. And it is precisely that attitude which will open more doors, bring forth more opportunities, and reveal greater miracles. My beloved child, I want you to understand that this new dwelling is not only for your enjoyment, but for sowing and bearing fruit. Every land I entrust to you comes with a mission. If you see this place merely as a refuge, you will miss its true potential. But if you see it as a field, you will discover countless seeds waiting to be sown. Those seeds may be words of encouragement, an act of kindness, or a generous heart. Every time you sow, you never lose. For I am the one who causes the seeds to sprout, to bear fruit, and to multiply abundantly. My child, never think that your contribution is too small to make a difference. A single drop of water can ripple across the surface of a lake. A tiny light can brighten an entire dark room. In the same way, the simple acts you do in this new place will carry an impact beyond imagination. You may not always see the results immediately, but trust that no good deed is ever wasted. When you live in my love, when you act under my guidance, you are sowing for a great harvest. And that very harvest will stand as testimony to my faithfulness. Beloved child, in order to bear fruit, you must remain deeply connected to the source of life. I am the vine, and you are the branch. If you remain in me and I in you, you will bear much fruit. But apart from me, you will wither. Do not let this new place make you complacent, thinking you are strong enough to walk on your own. Always remember that abundance does not come from the environment itself, but from my presence within it. Wherever you may be, if you remain closely united with me, you will see fruit in overflowing measure. My child, in this new place, I will also teach you the lesson of stewardship. I do not bless you only to enjoy, but to use wisely. Learn to steward your time so that no day passes in vain. Steward your words so that they become a source of life rather than a blade that wounds. Steward your resources so that they serve my purpose rather than being wasted. And steward your heart so that it remains pure, untouched by greed or pride. When you have learned to steward well, I will entrust you with more, for I have declared, Whoever is faithful with little will be given much more. You will also learn that abundance does not always come instantly. There are seasons of sowing, seasons of tending, and seasons of harvesting. I want you to be patient in every stage. Do not be discouraged when you do not see results right away. Just as the farmer does not expect the seed sown today to blossom tomorrow, you too must trust the process. I am quietly at work beneath the soil, nurturing the seed, and at the appointed time you will see the fruit. Do not give up midway, for with just a little more perseverance, you will step into a glorious harvest. My child, this new place will also be where I reveal to you hidden gifts you had not recognized before. Perhaps in the old place circumstances did not allow you to fully express the abilities I planted within you. But here, this new environment will stir you to discover yourself in a different way. You will be amazed to find yourself doing things you never thought possible. This is not by chance, but because I had already placed these gifts in you, and now they are being awakened to serve the new season. Be courageous to try. Be willing to step out of your comfort zone, for that is how you will discover the fullness of the potential I have given you. Beloved child, never forget that expansion is not only for your own sake, but also to reach many others. The blessings I give you are not meant to be stored up, but to flow. When you allow these blessings to flow through you, they will never run dry. But if you hold them tightly, they will become stagnant. Just as a river stays pure because it flows, while a stagnant pond will eventually grow foul because it keeps only for itself, so too do I want you to become like a river, letting the blessings you receive flow to your family, your friends, your community, and even to those you least expect. My child, believe that this new dwelling will become living proof that I am the God of abundance. You will look back and realize that not one prayer was wasted, not one tear was meaningless. All of them became seeds for today's harvest. And you will see that I do not merely provide what you need, but I give beyond what you have asked or imagined. Therefore, my child, walk in joy and expectation. See this new place not merely as a shelter, but as a field of blessings waiting to be cultivated. So nurture, trust, and wait, for in due time you will see the harvest come, and it will not only be enough for you, but will overflow to those around you. This is my promise to you, a promise that will never fail. My beloved child, I want you to realize that this new dwelling place has not been given to you merely to satisfy the present, but to establish a lasting legacy. You have not entered here only to find shelter for a few fleeting years, but to lay a foundation upon which future generations will stand. What you are doing today, every prayer, every seed of love, every act of faithfulness, is writing a story that your children and the community around you will inherit. Know this, the blessing I bestow does not stop with one person, but always overflows to many generations. My child, I have seen you wait patiently, I have seen you endure, and I have seen you refuse to give up. Now abundance comes not only to comfort you, but to testify to all that I am the faithful one. When people look at your life, they will see that my word never returns empty. When they witness the change in you from lack to abundance, from narrowness to spaciousness, they will know that it is not by your hand, but by mine. Your life will become a living signboard of my grace, so that all who behold it will be encouraged to put their trust in me. Beloved child, this new dwelling place is also the environment through which I will expand your influence. From here, the words you speak and the deeds you perform will reach farther than before. People will be drawn to you not merely because you have a new home, but because they sense the spiritual atmosphere you carry. It is an atmosphere of peace, of love, and of hope. You will see weary souls revived as they step into your house. Those who once despaired will find hope again at the sound of your words. And those who once were far from me will be drawn near because of the light you reflect. My child, do not forget that every blessing carries responsibility. I have not placed you in abundance for you to enjoy it alone. I want you to become a channel through which that blessing flows to others. Open the doors of your home to welcome, open your heart to share, and open your hands to give. Each time you give, I will fill you again. Each time you are generous, I will enlarge your storehouse. And each time you live with a spirit of sacrifice, you will see that you never lack. Blessing becomes truly complete only when it is shared. My beloved child, I want you to understand that the expansion into this new dwelling is not only about material gain, but also about the expansion of your soul. You will find your heart becoming more generous, your patience greater, and your love deeper. It is this inner transformation that forms the true foundation of legacy. A house built of bricks and stones may pass away with time, but a spiritual inheritance endures forever. When you build your life upon love, faith, and faithfulness, you are leaving behind something far more precious than any possession, and that is the eternal blessing which this new dwelling symbolizes. My child, remember that you are no longer one who waits, but one who lives in fulfillment. What you once prayed for has become reality. What you once dreamed of has taken form. And this is not merely to satisfy you, but to testify that I am the living God, the one who keeps his promises. Let this joy be the driving force that keeps you steadfast. Let this abundance be the source of strength that empowers you to serve even more, and let every fruit of this season become glory offered unto me. Therefore, my child, as you step into this new place, lift your head high, and know that this is the proof of my love and faithfulness. Do not fear, do not doubt, do not look back with regret. You are standing on the promised land, and each passing day will bear the mark of grace. Rejoice, for from this moment forward, your journey is not merely about a dwelling place, but about a heritage. And that heritage will echo through generations, through communities, and through every life you touch. My beloved child, I want you to understand that this new dwelling is not only a place of rest, but also a spiritual school where I continue to train you. Do not think that when you arrive here, everything will only be blessing and joy. Blessing is real, joy is real, but with them comes deeper discipline. I did not grant you a new environment merely for enjoyment, but that you might become a faithful steward. For blessing, if not managed with holiness and wisdom, becomes a burden, but if rightly managed, it becomes a flowing stream of life to many. My child, see this new dwelling place as a furnace where I refine you. Here I will teach you to discern what is essential and what is merely frivolous. You will learn to refuse temptations that appear harmless, yet can draw you away from me. You will learn to keep a humble heart when blessings overflow abundantly. And you will learn to maintain discipline so that you will not be swept away by busyness or abundance. These very lessons will protect you from losing the freshness I have bestowed upon you in this season. My child, remember my people when they entered the promised land. I gave them a land flowing with milk and honey, but I also warned them, when you have eaten your fill, when you dwell in cities, you did not build, drink water from wells, you did not dig. Be careful not to forget the Lord who brought you out of Egypt. Do you see, blessing always comes with responsibility. In the same way, your new dwelling is not given for you to forget me, but to bind you closer to me. I give you a house, but I desire to reign within that house. I give you a land, but I desire that you dedicate that land to my glory. My beloved, I want you to understand that spiritual discipline is the key to preserving the blessing in this new place. You cannot sustain the flame by the memory of yesterday. You must continue to nurture it through prayer, through my word, and through daily obedience. The new house will become an altar where I meet you in the stillness of the morning. It will be the space where I instruct you through every page of Scripture, through every whisper in your heart. And it will also be the place where I test your faithfulness in the smallest matters, how you manage your time, how you treat your loved ones, how you guard your heart's purity in the midst of the world. All of these are part of the training. My child, you may think that this training is too severe, but remember, I discipline only those I love. Just as a father corrects his son so that he does not stray from the path, so I correct you that you may walk rightly in my plan. If I were to leave you to your own way, you might lose your direction and forfeit the blessing. But when I discipline you, it is proof that you belong to me. Therefore, do not see discipline as punishment, but as a sign of my love. My beloved child, I want you to see this new dwelling place as an invitation to step into a deeper holiness. This house is not merely a shelter, but a temple where my spirit dwells. As you walk through each room, remember that my presence covers you. As you sit at the table, remember that every meal is my provision. As you look up at the roof above, remember that I am your true refuge. And when you lie down to rest, remember that your peace does not come from walls of stone, but from me, the one who keeps you through the night. My child, this is a season for you to learn to live not only for today, but for the future. The discipline you cultivate today will guard you in the storms of tomorrow. The faithfulness in little things today will open great doors in the days ahead, and the closeness you build with me today will make you steadfast in a world full of turmoil. Do not take lightly the moments you spend in prayer, in reading my word, in listening to my voice. They are the bricks that form the unshakable foundation of your spiritual home. Therefore, my child, receive this new dwelling not only as a gift, but also as a classroom. Let me teach you, correct you, and guide you day by day. Do not fear the process, for it is not meant to destroy you, but to transform you. Do not fear discipline, for it is not meant to weaken you, but to make you strong. And do not fear training, for it is what will keep you standing firm in lasting blessings. My beloved child, as you live in this new place, I want you to understand that blessings are not given only for enjoyment, but also for stewardship. A house built with stones may stand firm because of its foundation, but a spiritual house can only endure through holiness and faithfulness. If you only know how to receive without knowing how to keep, blessings will become fragile. But if you learn to live in discipline and holiness, those blessings will not only remain for you, but will flow into generations to come. My child, this new home will test your heart in a different way. When you have left behind lack, temptation will come through abundance. When you are no longer bound by poverty, pride and self-sufficiency will try to creep in. This is why I call you to guard humility, to always remember that everything you have comes from me. Do not let blessings become a snare that makes you forget the one who blesses. Do not let abundance cause you to lose your dependence on me. Let gratitude be the background song of your every day. Here, for gratitude is the very cord that keeps you tied close to me. My beloved child, I will use this new dwelling as a refining furnace, not to destroy, but to remove impurities. Just as gold must pass through fire to become pure, so must you pass through pressure to be made clean. There will be moments when I allow you to face temptations you thought you had already overcome. This is not to make you fall, but to help you realize that true victory comes only when you rely on me. There will be situations where you must choose between immediate convenience and obedience to me, and it is precisely these choices that will shape who you become. Do not fear the furnace, for fire does not harm gold. It only makes it shine brighter. My child, this new dwelling will also be the place where I teach you to live with discipline in even the smallest details. You will learn to guard your words, that your lips may not speak bitterness, but words that bring life. You will learn to guard your eyes, that they may not wander after what is useless, but always seek truth and light. You will learn to guard your mind, that it may not be filled with anxiety, but instead be overflowing with the peace I give. And you will learn to guard your relationships, that they may not pull you away from me, but instead become a support on your spiritual journey. In the discipline of these small details, you will witness great transformation in your life. My child, do not forget that this new dwelling is not only a place of testing, but also of shelter. It is both a refining furnace and a sanctuary of grace. When you are weary from life outside, I will use this house as a place of rest where you are restored in my presence. When you kneel in prayer, I will make these walls witnesses to the words you speak to me. When you worship, this space will become a temple where I dwell and pour out blessing. And when you open your heart to share blessings with others, this house will become a refuge for many souls who are seeking hope. My beloved, let this place be more than just a house, let it be an altar. Build my altar in your daily life, not of stone or wood, but of trust and obedience. Let every meal become an act of thanksgiving, every word a sweet offering, and every deed an act of worship. When you turn this home into a temple, you will see blessings multiplied, for I delight to dwell where there is true worship. My child, it is here in this new dwelling that I will reveal to you a vital truth. Holiness is not a burden, but freedom. When you walk in holiness, you are no longer bound by temptation or sin. You no longer live in fear of losing blessings, for you know you are standing firmly in my plan. You no longer chase after human praise, for you already know your worth comes from me. This is true freedom, the freedom this new dwelling has been designed to teach you. Therefore, my child, receive this training with gratitude. Do not resist the process, do not flee from the furnace, and do not reject discipline. For everything I am doing is for your eternal good. I am not shaping you merely to survive, but to become a pillar, a keeper of the land, a light that shines in the darkness. And this new dwelling is the very launching ground for you to become all that I have destined you to be. My beloved child, I want you to engrave this truth upon your heart. All the training, testing, and discipline you endure in this new place are not in vain. They are like foundation stones, laid one by one beneath the house. Outsiders may only notice the walls, the tiles, and the windows, but it is the foundation that determines whether the house will stand firm. In the same way, your prayer, your discipline, and your faithfulness form the foundation that will keep your spiritual life steady amidst the storms. If you are faithful in the small things, you will stand strong when the great trials come, my child. I know there will be moments when you grow weary of maintaining discipline day after day. But remember, discipline is not meant to imprison you, it is meant to set you free. It is like the fence around a vineyard, not to stifle the fruit, but to protect it from wild beasts and thieves. In the same way, the boundaries I place in your life are not to take away your freedom, but to preserve your true freedom. When you walk in holiness and discipline, you are no longer ruled by fear, temptation, or old habits. You are free to live in joy, to enjoy blessings without the fear of them being stolen. Beloved child, this new dwelling is a testimony that I am building a lasting work, not something temporary. I do not want you to only taste fleeting moments of happiness, but to live in enduring abundance. And that can only happen as you allow me to train, refine, and correct you. Just as a goldsmith never stops polishing until his reflection appears in the gold, so I will not cease working until my image is reflected in your life. My child, do not forget that this new house is not merely a shelter for your body, but also a spiritual altar for your soul. Every room can become a place where I meet you. The living room can be a space where you welcome others and sow seeds of hope into their hearts. The bedroom can be where I grant you peaceful sleep and fresh visions. The dining table can be where you and your family unite in thanksgiving. Every small corner of the house, if you offer it to me, will be transformed into holy ground saturated with my presence. And when guests step inside, they will sense the atmosphere of peace that covers it, for it is the dwelling place where I abide. My beloved, I want you to see that this training is not only for yourself, but also for those whom your life will touch. When others look at your life, they will not merely see a beautiful house, but a life that has been built firmly upon a spiritual foundation. They will witness how you remain in peace amid the storms, how you continue to love when tested, and how you stay patient when things do not go as you desire. These very things will testify that I am the living one in your life. And from this new dwelling place, your light will shine outward, becoming a lamp to illuminate the community around you. My child, I assure you that my presence will never depart from this house. As you remain faithful to keep the altar of worship, I will cause your home to become a place where angels come and go, where blessings overflow, where sickness retreats, and where peace reigns. This house will not only protect you from the storms outside, but will also stand as a symbol of my spiritual covering. Each time you go out, you will know you are leaving from a place filled with glory. Each time you return, you will know you are coming back to a haven of peace, and you will clearly see that it is I who transform 4 walls of brick and stone into a dwelling of heaven on earth. My beloved, now that you have been firmly established in this new home, I want you to know that the journey does not end with finding refuge. This is only the beginning of a greater mission. The house where you live, the land where you walk, are not just private spaces, but a broadcasting station of my light. From here, my love, hope, and life will flow forth to touch the souls who are yearning. You may have thought I brought you here only for rest, but in truth I brought you here so that you may become a lamp shining forth to the entire region around you. My child, remember, this light is never kindled to be hidden under a basket, but to be placed on a lampstand so that it may shine upon the whole room. In the same way, your life was not created to remain hidden, but to become a testimony. Every trial you have endured, every scar you have carried, all of these are living evidence that I am the Redeemer, the one who transforms, the giver of new life. When you share your story, you are not merely recounting memories. You are handing others the hope that if I have done it for you, I can also do it for them. And this new dwelling of yours will become the stage upon which these testimonies are declared. My beloved, I have placed you here not by chance. There are people living around you who can only encounter my love through you. There are doors that will only open because of your presence. There are hearts that will only soften when they hear your words. And there are souls that will only find their way when they see the light shining from your very home. Therefore, do not take this position lightly. You are not merely a resident of a neighborhood, you are an ambassador of the kingdom right there. My child, I desire for you to learn how to make this new home a flowing spring of life. Open the doors of your heart to welcome those in need of comfort. Let your words become medicine for wounded souls. Let the atmosphere you bring radiate peace to all who cross your threshold. I want this place to be a fortress of hope, a refuge where people come when darkness surrounds them. There is no need for grand gestures. Simply live faithfully in my love, and that alone will transform the environment around you. My child, you may think yourself too small to make a difference. But remember, a single grain of salt is enough to season a dish, and a small flame is enough to light an entire room. Do not underestimate the influence you carry. Every prayer you lift up for this neighborhood has the power to open the gates of heaven. Every act of love you show can soften a hardened heart. And every time you persevere in righteousness, you are raising a spiritual hedge of protection over your community. You are not here to hide, but to contend quietly so that my light may spread into every corner. My beloved child, I will open your eyes to see that from this house, blessings will not only flow into your family, but also reach your neighbors, your friends, and even people you never expected. When you live in faithfulness, others will ask, "What is it that brings you such peace and joy?" And in that very moment, you will have the opportunity to speak of me. This is not about forcing anything, it is a natural outpouring. You do not need to strive to make the light shine. You only need to remain in me, and the light will shine forth on its own. My dear child, I want you to see more clearly the purpose of your new dwelling. It is not merely a shelter for your family, but a spiritual lighthouse I have set upon this land. Just as a lighthouse stands firm on the rocky cliff, casting its light to guide lost ships in the dark of night, your home will become a point of direction for weary souls tossed about in the storms of life. The light that radiates from here is not a physical light, but the peace, hope, and love I have placed within you. And through that very light, many will find their way home. My child, do not think that to influence others, you must perform extraordinary deeds. It is the simple, ordinary acts that hold the power to transform lives. A warm greeting, a shared meal, a genuine smile, or a quiet prayer, each of these can become a ray of light piercing through someone's darkness. You may not always see the results right away, but the seeds you plant will silently take root and grow in the hearts of others. Be patient, for spiritual work is not measured by speed but by perseverance. Your task is only to remain faithful. I will take care of the growth. Beloved child, remember that you are living in a world full of unrest. Some may smile outwardly while their hearts are heavy with worry. Some may dwell in grand houses yet feel empty within. Some may pass you by each day while secretly crying out in silence. I have brought you to this place not by chance, but because I desire you to be the answer to those cries. You will be the embodiment of my comfort, a living testimony that there is a living God who cares for every detail of human life. My child, this new dwelling is the place where I want you to learn how my presence can radiate through every small act. When you worship within your home, that atmosphere will overflow beyond its doors. When you pray for your neighbors, a spiritual fence will rise around the neighborhood. When you speak words of blessing, the heavens over this land will be opened. Do not think your prayers are confined within four walls. No, my child, they rise to the heavens, reaching my throne, and from there they pour down like showers of blessing, covering the whole community. Beloved one, it is in your daily relationships that you will see the extent of your influence. Your neighbor will sense the difference when speaking with you. Your co-workers will recognize the hope reflected in your eyes. Even those who meet you by chance on the street will be touched by the peace you carry. Remember, light does not strive to shine, it simply exists and it shines. In the same way, when you allow me to live in you, you do not need to struggle to prove anything. My presence will naturally flow through you, and others will be transformed. My child, I desire that your new home become the place where waves of influence begin. From here, prayers will travel beyond your threshold, reaching other cities and even other nations. From here, acts of love will sow seeds in the hearts of people you may think you meet only once, yet those seeds will grow and bear fruit in their lives. And from here, my name will be proclaimed, not through trumpets or grand platforms, but through perseverance, faithfulness, and unfailing love. Beloved one, do not fear that the light you carry is too small to change an environment. A single spark is enough to drive away the darkness in a room. In the same way, your faithful presence here will shift the spiritual atmosphere. You may not always see it with your natural eyes, but in the spiritual realm, the skies over this land will become brighter, clearer, and filled with my presence. And here is the wonder. When the atmosphere changes, people will also change. They will find it easier to open their hearts, easier to seek the truth, and easier to step into grace. My beloved child, I want you to understand that everything I do in your life carries a ripple effect. A new dwelling is not merely a shelter for you, but a source from which rivers of life may flow. Imagine this house as a small spring. From it, the current will grow stronger, spilling into the fields, nourishing the plants, cooling the dry land, and bringing life to a vast region. In the same way, when you remain faithful and allow me to reign in this place, from here, streams of the Spirit will flow forth, reaching places you have never set foot. My child, your quiet presence within the community already holds the power to transform the atmosphere around you. People may not always voice it, but they feel it. They will wonder why peace rests upon them when they enter your home, why they feel a sense of release when speaking with you, and why new hope awakens within them when they stand beside you. This is not because you are perfect, but because I dwell in you. The light does not originate from you, but it shines through you. And I want you to know that these very ordinary moments are in truth miracles, the miracle of holy presence woven into the fabric of daily life. My beloved one, do not think that, to bring about change, you must stand before thousands or hold a lofty position. Right here within your own home, you can begin with simple acts, teaching your children with love, welcoming guests with hospitality, praying quietly for your neighbors, or simply offering a smile to a passerby. All of these hold eternal value. Never despise what seems small, for they are the seeds of transformation. And when a seed is planted in good soil, it multiplies beyond measure. My child, I have placed you here because I trust you. I trust that you can be a vessel through which my light shines. I trust that you can live a life of influence not through power but through love. And I trust that you will be an instrument through which many come to know me. This is not a burden, but a privilege. To be chosen as my dwelling place, to be a lamp in the midst of darkness, this is the honor I bestow upon you. So embrace this calling with joy instead of fear, with gratitude instead of doubt. My beloved child, I know there are moments when you wonder, is my life enough to change anyone? I want you to understand that the power to transform does not come from you, but from me. All I ask of you is obedience, then I will act. All you need to do is open your mouth, and the Holy Spirit will use your words. All you need to do is stretch out your hand, and I will perform miracles. It is your simplicity and sincerity that I will use to touch the lives of others. Like the 5 loaves and 2 fish in the boy's hands, insignificant in the eyes of men, yet when placed in my hands they fed thousands. In the same way, you may think of yourself as small, but when you offer yourself, I will multiply. My child, see this new dwelling not merely as a place to live, but as a station of prayer, a center from which life flows. When you pray, I will answer and shift the spiritual atmosphere of the region. When you worship, I will transform the space into a living sanctuary. When you share words of encouragement, I will turn them into a flame that ignites faith in the hearts of others. And when you live faithfully day by day, I will make this house a symbol of my love, a place where all who enter can feel the difference. My beloved, I want you to realize that this new home is not simply a destination but a covenant sign. It is a tangible testimony that I keep my promises. You have endured many seasons of waiting, countless nights of prayer, and days of wondering whether my word would truly come to pass. And now, as you stand within these four walls, let your heart be filled with certainty that I am the faithful God. This house is not merely a shelter, it is a living witness that I never break my word. Each time you look around, remember, this is the fruit of patience, faithfulness, and my unfailing love. My child, I did not bring you out of the old place so that you would be left wandering, but so that you might step into fulfillment. The old place was like a wilderness, a place where I trained, tested, and prepared you. But this new place is like the promised land, where you will begin to reap the harvest of what you once sowed with tears. Just as the Israelites ate manna in the wilderness, but once they entered the promised land, they began to enjoy the fruit of the land itself, so it will be with you. You will see that my provision is no longer merely enough for each day, but becomes lasting abundance, enduring stability. This is the shift from survival to overflow, from preparation to fulfillment, from hope to reality. My beloved child, remember that this new dwelling is not only for you, but also for the generations to come. Everything you build in these days will become a foundation for your descendants. If you choose to establish your life in holiness, in faith, and in gratitude, these very things will become a heritage flowing through many generations. This house will not only preserve your memories, but also carry your prayers, your tears, and your spiritual lessons. And every generation that enters here will sense the spiritual atmosphere you have left behind. This is the eternal covenant that the blessings I bestow will not end with one lifetime, but will continue to spread forever. My child, I want you to know that the true strength of this new dwelling does not rest on material things, but on my presence. A house may be built of bricks and stone, but without me it is only lifeless walls. Yet when I dwell here, it becomes a living temple. When you pray in this house, it is sanctified. When you praise me in this house, it is covered with glory. When you love and forgive here, it becomes holy ground. It is my presence that guarantees lasting security, and therefore you need not fear the future. My child, I also want you to understand that this house will face trials, but that will only prove its worth. Storms may rise, yet they will only reveal how strong the foundation truly island. And the real foundation of this place is not in its physical design, but in your relationship with me. If you remain faithful, this house will stand firm through every storm. And when others see it shining even in the darkest night, they will know that it is not merely a house, but a dwelling place of the living God. My beloved child, I affirm to you that this very place is a clear testimony of the journey I have led you through. From the days of hardship I have prepared you. From the long nights of prayer I have listened. From the tears you shed I have remembered. And now all has been brought together in this dwelling like a precious gem, refined through many years of shaping. See this not merely as a beginning, but as evidence that you have entered into a season of maturity where you may reap the fruit of patience and faithfulness. My beloved child, I want you to see more clearly that this new dwelling is not only provision for the present, but also a firm foundation for what is enduring. I am the eternal God, and what I establish is not bound by time. You prayed for a home, but I have given you a place that carries far greater value than a house. It is a heritage. What you build here will not end with your life, but will flow forth into generations to come. You will see your children, grandchildren, and even those who step through the threshold of this home all partake in the spiritual atmosphere you have preserved. O child, I know your heart once feared that what you labored for could easily vanish. You once feared that your toil, your sweat, and even your tears might come to nothing. But now I assure you, when I establish, nothing is in vain. When I give, none can take away, and when I lay the foundation, it stands firm forever. This house will not be secured merely by walls of brick, but by my very covering. It will not endure only by material means, but by my power and presence. You can be certain that this is not merely a place to live, but a land sanctified by me. My beloved child, this new dwelling is also the place where I desire to work healing and restoration. The wounds you carry from the past will be soothed here. The fears that once weighed heavily upon you will dissolve as you rest beneath this roof. I will turn these rooms into a haven of peace, where you will find true rest. And I will also use this very place to bring healing to others. Those who step into this space will feel a lightness, for they will be entering a land where my presence dwells. Here will be a place where not only the body finds rest, but the soul is renewed. My child, I also want you to know that this house is not only a place to preserve blessings, but also to produce blessings. From here, prayers will be lifted not only for your family, but for the community and for those who are in need of support. This house will become an altar of intercession where prayers rise like incense and touch my throne. And from there, the windows of heaven will open, pouring down blessings not only upon you, but upon this entire land. Do not underestimate the power of the prayers within this house. They can change destinies, move mountains, and open a way where there seems to be no way. My beloved child, I have placed this place in your hands as a trust. I have not given it to you merely for your enjoyment, but so that you may keep it, nurture it, and pass it on. When you remain faithful, this house will become a symbol of my kindness. When future generations ask, "Why do we have this place?" they will understand that it was not because of human effort, but because of grace. When outsiders look upon it, they will clearly see that this is the fruit of a life of faithfulness, of steadfast prayer, and of a God who always keeps his promises. My child, live in this house with gratitude and reverence. Each time you open the window and see the light flooding in, remember that I am the true light. Each time you hear the wind blowing across the roof, remember that my spirit is present. And each time you sit together with your family, remember that the unity you enjoy is the work of my hand bringing hearts together. If you hold on to gratitude, the atmosphere of this house will always be filled with joy. And that very joy will become the strength you need to overcome every challenge ahead. My child, I also warn you not to forget the purpose. If you regard this only as a dwelling place, you will miss its spiritual abundance. But if you regard it as a temple, a center of covenant, you will experience an even deeper relationship with me. Always remember, it is my presence that sets this house apart. Not the architecture, not the location, but I, the one who dwells within, make it holy. And when you keep your focus there, nothing will ever shake its foundation. Therefore, my child, live in this new dwelling not merely as a recipient of blessings, but as a steward. Guard this inheritance with faithfulness. Nurture it with prayer, cause it to bear fruit through love and sharing, and let every generation that comes after look upon it and know that this is the house of the Lord, a place where his presence never departs. My beloved child, I want you to pause and behold all that I have done. This new dwelling where you now stand is not only the answer to your prayer, but also a living testimony that I am the covenant keeper. Every brick, every door, every roof covering is whispering the story of my love and faithfulness. You need no one else to affirm its worth, for my very presence has set this place apart. When you open your eyes and see the morning light streaming in, remember that I am the source of light. When the night falls and your heart rests in peace, remember that I am your peace. This house is not merely yours, but a place where you and I share the journey together. My child, I want you to see this place as a living covenant. It does not only remind you of the past, the days of lack of waiting and of prayer, but it also affirms the future, that I will continue to walk with you wherever you may be. Do not see this merely as a reward. See it as a launching ground from which you will step further into your mission. When you stand within this house, you will not only see fulfillment, but also hear the call. Go on, expand, let the light spread even further. This house marks a new season, but it is not the end of the journey. My beloved, this new dwelling will indeed be a place of rest for you, but it will also stand as a spiritual stronghold. When the enemy seeks to sow fear, this house will be a fortress, for my presence surrounds it. When you are weary from battles outside, this house will be a place of renewal, for I have placed my peace here. And when you and your family gather together, this house will become an altar where I receive the songs of praise and the unity of generations. From here, not only will you find rest, but all who come to visit will also taste the sweetness of my presence. My child, look further ahead. This house does not only provide safety for today, but it also sows a spiritual legacy for the future. The prayers you lift up here will never be lost. They are like invisible stones contributing to the building of a lasting spiritual stronghold. The next generation will walk upon the foundation you have laid with faith and faithfulness. And each time they step into this house, they will sense the holy atmosphere lingering from the tears of prayer and the praises you once offered. This is the eternal value that time cannot destroy. Beloved child, I know there are moments when you feel that this house is not perfect in your eyes. But remember, perfection is not found in architecture, but in my presence. A simple room filled with my love and peace is far more precious than the grandest palace without me. Do not compare it to what others may have. Instead, know that this very place has been chosen by me especially for you. It is sufficient for your growth, fitting for your training, and overflowing for your worship. Live with gratitude, for it is gratitude that will make this place ever more abundant. My child, remember that I never work halfway. Once I have begun, I will surely bring it to completion. This house stands as proof that the process is still ongoing. I did not bring you here to stop, but to prepare you for the steps ahead. See this place as a launching pad, a stepping stone, a testimony of careful preparation so that you may soar higher. All that I am doing is not only for your blessing, but that my glory may spread through your very life. Beloved child, now that your journey has come to this stage, I want you to pause and take in the whole view. From the days when you stood in your old land, heavy-hearted and uncertain of the future, to the time you stepped out in faith, leaving your comfort zone and overcoming trials, everything has led you to this very day. And now, as you stand in the place I have chosen, recognize that this is not merely a stopping point, but the beginning of a new era in your life. Everything I do has a purpose, and my purpose for you is this: to make this new dwelling a launching place that will carry you into greater fullness of my glory. My child, I did not bring you here merely so that you might be content with the peace of this moment, but so that you would know that what lies ahead is far greater still. This is not the end, but a sign that my promise is beginning to bloom. See this place as a doorway, opening into a greater journey. Just as Abraham built an altar everywhere he went to mark my presence, you too should see this place as an altar, a milestone, a signpost of a new season. Whenever you look around, remember that I have not only kept you alive, but I have lifted you up to live abundantly, that your light might shine forth in every direction. My beloved, look back at what I have brought you through. You have shed tears. You once thought yourself abandoned. You once believed the road was too long and too heavy. Yet now those very scars stand as proof that I have walked with you. Without those nights and days, you would never have known that my grace is sufficient for you. Without the trials, you would never have discovered the true strength hidden within weakness. And without those moments when collapse seemed certain, you would never have seen how mighty my hand truly island. Now, as you sit in this new dwelling, know with full assurance that every step before was not in vain. Each one was used by me to prepare you for this very moment. My child, this new dwelling is not only for the present, it is also a declaration for the future. It proclaims that you have entered a new season, a season of abundance, of steadfastness, of fulfillment. You are no longer only a traveler on the journey. You have become an heir. You no longer stand at the threshold. You have stepped within. You no longer only dream. You now hold reality in your hands. And the wonder of it all is that this is still only the beginning of what I have prepared ahead. Let this hope overflow in your heart, for the days to come will bring even greater glory. My beloved child, I want you to remember that this place is not only for you, but also for my glory to be revealed. When people see the change in you, when they see your home, when they see the peace within your life, they will be compelled to declare, truly, the Lord is the living God. That is what brings honor to my name, and it is also why I lead you through every trial, so that when you stand in glory, you do not take credit for yourself, but know that all of it is by grace. Live in this place as a living billboard of my love, so that anyone who looks upon you will be encouraged and reminded that I am faithful. My dear child, now that you stand in this new dwelling, I want you to broaden your vision. This is not merely a house for today, but a launching ground for a long-lasting mission. This home is like a milestone on the journey, a place where you can look back and see how grace has accompanied you, and also look forward to behold the wide-open path ahead. I did not bring you here for you to close the chapter on your dreams, but to continue writing new ones, chapters where the light will shine farther, the influence will run deeper, and the legacy will endure longer. Child, never think that I have moved you here simply for comfort. If all you needed was shelter, I could have placed you anywhere, but I chose this place because it is bound to your destiny. From here, the prayers you lift will reach the heavens. From here, the acts of love you sow will plant seeds into many lives. From here, generations to come will learn to trust in me through the testimony of your example. This is not a random change, but a deliberate arrangement full of purpose. And for that very reason, you must live with the awareness that every day you spend here carries eternal value. My beloved child, I want you to understand that true blessing does not lie in a physical house, but in the spiritual purpose I have tied to it. If you only enjoy its comforts, the blessing will quickly fade. But if you turn this house into an altar, a place where light radiates, that blessing will flow without end. It is here that you will learn to walk in a new role, no longer just one who has been redeemed, but one who has been sent. You will see that everything I have done in the past was only preparation for you to step into this season of spreading my presence. My child, I know there will be times when you ask yourself, am I strong enough to carry such a great mission? But remember, it is I who will give you strength. You are not to rely on your own ability or wisdom. I have chosen you, and I will also equip you. Just as I was with Joshua when he faced a vast land, so I will be with you. I will grant you wisdom to handle every situation, patience to wait for the right timing, and courage to face every challenge. Do not look at your weakness. Look to my power, for when you are weak, that is when my strength is revealed. My beloved child, I want this house to become a center of spiritual influence. It will be the birthplace of new dreams, new relationships, and new doors opening wide. Each time you pray, you are laying stones for the future. Each time you open your heart to welcome someone, you are sowing a seed of transformation, and each time you remain faithful in small things, I will broaden your influence. Do not underestimate the power of faithfulness. It is precisely this faithfulness within your home that will bring light to an entire land. My child, I have chosen you to be a builder of legacy. This legacy is not merely what you possess, but what you leave in the hearts of others. When the next generation looks at your life, they will see an example of faith and steadfastness. When the community looks at this house, they will see a beacon of hope. And when the angels look down, they will see an altar of worship continually rising up to me. That is the true legacy, a legacy that does not decay with time but endures forever in eternity. My child, live with the heart of one who has been sent. Do not close the door of your heart for fear of being hurt. Do not cling to blessings only for yourself. Let them flow, let them spread, for the more you give, the more you will receive. The more you share, the more abundant the blessings will become. The more you open your heart, the more you will feel my love covering you. This house is not meant to be shut in, but to be opened wide. It shall become a refuge for the weary, a place of hope for the hopeless, and a resting place for those who are seeking. My beloved child, now I want you to lift your eyes and see the bigger picture. Everything you have gone through has never been meaningless. Every tear shed, every long night of prayer, every step taken in doubt, yet still holding firmly to my word, all of it has led you to this very moment. This new dwelling is not only a reward but a testimony that I have been with you from the beginning to the end. It is a sign that my promises never return empty. And it is also a prophecy of the future that just as I have acted today, I will continue to do even greater things in your life. My child, I speak to you. Your journey does not end here. This is not a full stop but a comma leading into a new chapter. This house, this land is a launch pad for you to rise to greater heights. From here you will no longer live only for yourself, but you will live as a testimony for many. From here your light will no longer shine only within your family, but will reach into the community and even cross borders you never imagined. From here you will see yourself not only as one cared for, but as one who is sent. And this very place will become the center from which waves of blessings will continue to flow. My beloved child, I know there will be times when you feel you are not enough. But remember, I did not choose you because you were enough. I chose you so that I might make you enough. When you are weak, I will give you strength. When you are anxious, I will grant you peace. When you lack wisdom, I will guide you. When you face new challenges, I will open the way. All you need to do is walk in trust, keep your heart humble, and remain steadfast in faithfulness. I will shape you into an instrument, a pillar, a living witness, that light always triumphs over darkness. My child, I desire that you turn this house into a place of worship, a place of prayer, and a place where love flows freely. Do not keep blessings only for yourself. Let them overflow. When you open your heart, you will see blessings increase without ceasing. When you sow, you will see the harvest arrive at its appointed time. When you give, you will receive even more. It is through sharing that this house will become a fountain of living water for those who thirst. And it is through hospitality, love, and generosity that this place will be transformed into a spiritual stronghold, an indelible mark that cannot be erased. My beloved child, I declare that from this moment on, your life will no longer be defined by the past, but by the calling I have placed upon you. You are no longer one who waits in anxiety, but one who stands firmly in fulfillment. You are no longer bound by limitations, but one who walks in freedom. You are no longer alone, but one who journeys step by step with me. Rejoice, for the best is yet to come. This house is but the first testimony of the many miracles I will continue to perform in your life. My child, remember this. This is the time for you to step forth boldly as a bearer of heritage. People will look at you and ask, what is the secret of this peace, this abundance, and this joy? And you will have the opportunity to point them to me. That is the very purpose, that glory may belong to me, that my love may spread, and that my presence may be revealed through your life. Do not hesitate and do not fear. I will be with you. I will go before you. I will protect you, and I will make you into a blessing that no one can deny. You have moved into a new dwelling, but in truth you have stepped into a new season of calling, a new era of blessing, and a new journey of glory. Do not look back with regret. Look forward with expectation. Do not cling to the past. Open your hands to receive the future. And remember this, I am the one who began, and I will bring it to completion. You need only to walk, and I will accomplish all things. Now, my child, I call you to kneel before me. Open your heart and lift up your prayer. Let your lips speak forth gratitude. Let your hands be raised in surrender, and let your heart beat in rhythm with my will. Pray not only for today, but for tomorrow, not only for yourself, but for your family, your community, and the generations to come. For a house is truly lasting only when it is built on prayer. And it is in prayer that you will find the strength to keep walking and the peace to dwell securely in my love. Lord, I surrender to you all the doubts, fears, and insecurities within me. As I step into a new season filled with challenges, I ask that you strengthen my faith so that I may trust in you, even when my eyes cannot yet see, even when circumstances seem to be against me. Help me cling tightly to your promises and never let go, for I know that you are the one who makes a way where there is no way. Lord, give me a heart that obeys even when what you call me to seems beyond my understanding or ability. Grant me the humility to say yes to your voice, and the confidence to believe that every instruction you give is complete in love and wisdom. May I walk in obedience that your power might be revealed through my weakness. Lord, in the long and weary days when I feel like giving up, pour new strength into me. Teach me to persevere in doing what is good, so that in due season I may reap the harvest. Help me recognize that in every trial, you are shaping my character and building hope within me. Keep my heart steadfast until the very end. Lord, when you lift me up, when you open new doors and grant me influence, keep my heart in humility. Remind me always that every gift and every blessing comes from you, and that only you are worthy of glory. Teach me to humble myself under your mighty hand, so that in your perfect time you will raise me up. Lord, pour your love into my heart so that I may love as you love, with a love that is unconditional, sacrificial, and withholding nothing. Teach me to forgive freely, to give generously, and to extend grace just as you have given grace to me. May it be through this love that others recognize I am your disciple, and may your name be glorified through my life. I offer this prayer in the holy name of Jesus Christ. Amen. Do not forget to subscribe and turn on notifications, so that together we may continue building a strong community of faith.